Sad question.
That's a sad question.
Yeah.
Very sad question.
That's a pretty...
What happened? A bomb, I think.
I saw an Emily's interview a couple of years ago, and she said that in A Quiet Place, the sound was the enemy, the bad guy. But for you, what is the enemy in this movie? Because we know a new side of the human.
Yes, Emily is right. Sound is the enemy, and you can't make any noise in the film, which is actually very stressful for me. And it's hard because I can't tell what makes noise. I don't know which sounds are safe, which sounds aren't safe. And I need other people, I rely on other people to tell me what sounds are safe and not safe, so I have to follow them on that lead. But I can use my deafness as a weapon as well. So it's really a powerful moment when I do that.
I think the humans take on that idea of humanity and the destruction of it and what that's done to the remaining humans was exciting for John, because you saw in the first film how the Abbott family survived, so the only thing that was their enemy is noise and the creatures. And in this one, you've got the great unknown of who's left and can you trust them? Can you trust them at all? So I think that idea of how is everyone else who survived, how have they fared as people, was very interesting to him, yeah.
You have to think in every single move in this movie because you need to survive. But in real life, we are not conscious of that, the sound, the noise, the silence, because it's part of every day, you know? How was the experience and what did you learn from this movie and this experience?
I mean, I think silence it's a very primal fear for people. I think it stems from when you're a child and you lie alone in bed at night and you're just sort of hearing noises and creaks and your imagination runs wild. And so the fact that we got to use it and the mileage that you get out of silence and how to play with it and people's hypersensitivity to noise was really exciting, because you can create such a sort of harrowing experience for people just with sound design. So it was really fun to work like that. And I think that you recognize with what happened with the first film, the response, the success of it, it's not a film where you're bombarded by special effects and all of that. There is the simplicity of a sequence like the nail on the stairs that people were like, you know, people talk to me about the nail all the time. They actually walk past me and they go, oh my God, the nail, you know. And it's such a simple idea.
Yeah.
And yet it just destroyed people, you know. And so I think that's where John's beauty as a director comes, that he understands that if you approach things on a kind of human level, you're gonna really make people freak out.
Yeah, and it should name A Tense Place Part 2.
A tense place, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, all of those things. And it's very emotionally sort of stressful and physically demanding with all the stunt work. We had different locations, and so we traveled a bit. And, you know, the family has left on a journey, so we have a lot of, you know, different experiences in this one than compared to the first one. There's similarities, of course. I mean, the cast and the director is the same, and that having the same cast brings me back home in many ways.
I don't know why you came all the way up here. They left.
There are people out there. For the first movie, the cast had to learn the American Sign Language. You did the same, or it was not necessary? For example, you share a lot of scenes with Millicent.
Yeah, no. For my character, when you see the movie, he doesn't know how to sign.
Yeah.
So sadly, I didn't get to learn. But I loved watching, you know, Millie and her mom and her translator. Everybody, it's so beautiful to watch, and everybody signs different, you know.
Yeah.
Everyone has a different personality in the way they sign, which I thought was lovely.
Well, I guess, yeah.
That's really
that goes
amazing.
with everybody having a different sound,
yeah,
as you're saying.
Just through through how they sign.
Yeah.
Noah is very good. Okay. He's really good at signing. but yeah, it was beautiful to watch.
So this is the second time that you play this character, so you already know her, you know who she is.
Yeah.
So if you were in the same situation that we see in the movie, who will be the leader of a group of survivors, Evelyn or Emily?
Evelyn, of course. I don't know. I wouldn't fare as well as her. She's way more able and capable than I am.
You wouldn't survive.
I don't know. Who knows? I'd probably self-sabotage in some way. I mean, I think Evelyn's got it down.
It's okay, baby. It's okay.
Aw.
Yeah. What is happening?
Hypothetical situation that actually a quiet place happens. What are the chances of survival for you, for Millie? What do you
For
think?
me as Millie, would I survive? I'd be dead automatically in an instant. Well, I mean, the things, what I've learned from the movie In a Quiet Place, I mean, what I've learned is I would find a quiet place, stock up on food and water, find a place that the monsters can't reach, or somewhere where there's a lot of sounds already there in nature, so it would mask our sounds, if you know what I mean.
In a hypothetical situation that actually a quiet place happens, what would you like to hear for the last time?
I like to hear the sound of my exchanging with my boy. Yeah, my boy's voice. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
that's right.
Well, yeah, my kids, definitely.
A laugh, a word.
Well, yeah, it's a kind of a sad thought to have, isn't it? It's a sad
Yeah,
question.
That's a sad
sorry.
question.
Yeah.
Very sad question.
Again, it's a great sequel that expands this terrifying world. And I think this can be a spoiler, but we might see a part 3, a Quiet Place part 3. Would you like that?
I would like that, because I'm wondering what's going to happen to the family next. I wonder, what's the next journey that they're going to go through. I actually want to see more of John's vision, his creativity come to life. It would be a lot of fun.
And it's very interesting because in this movie, your character became a leader, right?
Yes, she does. Regan, after the loss of her father in the first one, she takes on the role of the leader in the family, and she's always thinking, what would father do in this situation? And she's internalized his voice, and she's sad with the loss of her father, and she now feels the burdens of carrying the responsibility, and she also has to go through her journey, which is very emotional.
That's all. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.